The ADOS movement, the African Descendants of Slavery movement, the Democratic Party. We back. Another ploy, another bait, another cookie for the so-called black community to reinvest and reestablish hope in the American government. They want your votes, they want your energy, they want your trust, they want you comfortable. So now they are putting out the idea, the notion of reparations. And I'm going to just say straight up, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's a Trojan horse, most likely. When you look at it critically thinking, it sounds great. Like, yeah, y'all gonna pay us back for slavery. But one, it's based on being an African descendant of slavery. When Africa is a continent, most so-called blacks or African Americans have not traced their own history and heritage back to Africa. You could try, but you could try with one of these 23andMe, one of these ancestry organizations where they take your DNA. But once again, critically thinking and doing research, there's information out there that shows you that that stuff is not accurate. It's all marketing. It's a business. The American government, if they was ever in the business of truly letting you know who you were, they would have never destroyed the history and records of who you were. So logically, why 100 years later would they be down with having you trace back your African roots in order to get reparations? Also, when you really look into the history, most of the slaves in America were not descendants of Africans. They were natives. They were Negro, dark-skinned natives of the land, indigenous people of the land, just like they are dark-skinned indigenous people on every continent of this earth. They didn't have to bring black people here. We were already here. And we are a different form of black people than the ones that come from Africa. So just within the semantics of the movement, you see the mindfuckery and the games at play. And then when you just look at it from an economical and financial standpoint, how much money are you talking about and how much of a check? Like really, let's say you are a descendant of a slave. Let's say, you know what I'm saying, they are ready to recompense the damage that was done. What number is what? How much money are you talking? How much money are you talking dispersed out to how many people? How big of a check is each one of you going to get that will have you feel satisfied and recompensed for the last 400 years of cultural, spiritual, and physical demoralization? The institutions that were built, the wealth that was built cannot be quantified. The culture lost, the education lost, the indoctrination, it cannot be quantified in a dollar amount of fiat currency. The natural resources lost, the gold lost, the quality of life lost. And y'all are so quick to run behind a movement that wants to put a dollar amount on it and cut you a check. It don't make sense, people. It don't make sense, yo. And then you could, let's say, let me be optimistic. Let me be positive. Let me be like Gary Vee and be positive. Well, it's a start. It's something, you know. At least it's something. They're acknowledging their wrongs and this and that. But I would say therein lies the game. Therein lies the fuckery. Therein lies the distraction. It's something, right? It's something. Look over here at something so you don't look over here and see what's really going on. Let us continue this narrative of you being African. Let us continue this narrative, this story, this fable of us bringing you over here on ships and boats. Let us solidify it in your psyche, traumatize you with generations of Roots, Amistad, Django, all the movies. Let's lock it in that this is actually your history. This is actually who you were. And now we're just going to tie it all up, sum it all up, and culminate it by saying I'm sorry and cut you a check. A check that we know, considering the current state and the economic state, the mental state, the spiritual state of so-called black people in America, they know damn well, they as in the U.S. government, the same ones that perpetuated all of this and now want to come back and act like they're ready to recompense you. They know that it will be nothing but an economic drop in the bucket, because all that money is just going to come right back. It's going to go to Gucci. It's going to go to the liquor stores. It's going to go wherever the money's been going. Ain't shit going to change with fucking reparations. Ain't shit going to change, yo. They think reparations is going to save them. That's just going to seal the deal. That's just programming complete. Programming complete. We have conquered them through war. We have stolen their land. We have removed knowledge of their history, their culture, their religion. We have given them a false identity. We have shown ourselves to be gods through that identity, because the identity that the narrative that they identify with is a narrative where they were brought from a continent, a landmass that they know nothing of, because they are not from there. They know nothing of, because the only images and narratives that they have of Africa are what we have showed them. They've identified with that. They've identified with us being brutal masters. Lynchings, beatings, rape, torture, castration. We are their gods. And now we come once again as their lords, and we cut them checks with our money, our paper, not backed by shit money. We cut them checks to continue to play in our system as lower class citizens. Programming complete. That's what reparations is. Cold word, the nigger program is complete. They might fuck around and give you another black president at the same time. Just solidify you into the program. Now they will never question who they are, where they came from, and what their role is. They will continue to strive to become something in our system after we turn them into nothing. That's what the ADOS movement is about. That's what reparations is about. Don't give me reparations. Give me my culture back. Give me my religion back. Give me my history back. Give me my name back. Give me my land back. I don't want your money. Give me the land. Give me my well-being. Give me my life. I don't want your money to continue playing your game in your fucked up society that you've created here. I don't want that. I want the quality of life we had before y'all came. If we were warring and we were bickering and whatever amongst our own people, bring me back to that and let us continue that, and I'll work on settling that. But I don't want to play no more games in your system no more. I don't want your checks. That should be the mindset and the mentality of so-called black people in America. But little over 100 years, maybe not even 100 years, little over 100 years, 1 to 2 generations removed from all of this, 1 to 2 generations of indoctrination has us literally being pissed on, and we're doing rain dances. We're making it rain. We can't wait for the check. We can't wait for checks from the conquerors. They came and took our gold, they took our land, they took our families, they took our culture. And now they're gonna give us paper. They're gonna give us paper with the trees they cut down from our own land. Paper we can only redeem in their system. Shit's wild, bruh. So crazy, yo. I don't care how big of a check. That's so crazy. That's it. That's all I had to say. I'd love to hear y'all thoughts. Tell me if I'm missing something. Let me know if I make sense. Let me know if I'm just being negative, you know? I could tend to be pessimistic at times. They say you have to account for what? You got to account for the downwind, for the crosswind. So maybe I should just be optimistic and be happy. You know, take whatever they'll give us. Take whatever they give. Like Steve Harvey said, we got to move a certain way, right? Black folk, we got to move a certain way. Just be happy with what the conqueror give us. That's the mentality that got us here. There were warriors amongst us. There were always warriors and there were always pacifists amongst us. The tribes was always split and divided. We are a very diverse people. I don't think we've ever quite been in unison. But we ain't never been this fucked up. They got us on a new level of fucked upness. Let's get it together.